It is Tuesday.
It is.
Darren has been to Causeway Hospital for a biopsy on his
Well,
head today. Huh?
Lobotomy.
He left at 2, just before 2, and he was back before 4, and it's nearly an hour's drive either way, so I have no idea how you managed that. And I got parked in a car park that's... I don't know why this always zooms right in. I've just zoomed out again.
One of the worst car parks I've ever been
How long
in.
do you have to keep the dressing on for?
A couple of days, she said.
A couple of days?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. And when are you going to get your results?
They said it could up to 5 weeks.
Fucking hell. This is the skin issue we went to the private specialist for. And he said they probably will do a little biopsy until he has nothing to worry about, but have the test anyway, which is what he's done. I've been sorting out my shelves and the back room, which I will show you at a different date because I'm knackered now. I'm sitting down, I'm going to have my rice pudding. There's Molly, and I'm going to play a bit of my game. Isaac has got a chemistry exam tomorrow. Nothing else to report. Tomorrow, my dad is at the same hospital for his surgical consultation, and he claims to not know anything about anything that's happening. So he'll not have that excuse when he comes home tomorrow, because I'll want to know exactly what happened, and I'll be there. So, well, at my mum's. I'll be at my mum's when he gets back. Anything to report about your thing? Anything of any interest? Apart from the fact it stung?
No.
Alright, that's it for today. I'm not going to film my face because it's a state. I have been solidly working since the minute your arse went out that door. About 1:45.
Don't sexualise me.
And I've just sat down now. It's 7:15. So that's how long I've been on the go. Apart from sitting down to ask him his chemistry questions.
Poor Molly.
So I will check in tomorrow. Hello guys. Have a video this week. Can't remember what day is it, Wednesday? Yes, I did. I remember filming yesterday. Darren went for his biopsy yesterday. My dad is going for a surgical consultation at the same hospital today. I think he's claiming he doesn't know what it's about, which I don't believe him. I think it's a colonoscopy, which is where they put the camera up where the sun don't shine, and if they need to take samples of like polyps and stuff, or if they need to remove polyps, they do so. So we have to drive up for that consultation today. I bought that gel that you take. I'll start driving. Well, I told you I was going to get that stuff that you put in the car to remove all the crap. It's sitting on the stairs for me to take out to the car. It's still sitting on the stairs. So, sorry, you're going to have to tolerate this, guys. It's my Yankee Candle air freshener. It is Midnight Jasmine. That's really distracting, isn't it? I'll not stay up there. We'll see. 100 miles. That's weird. You know the way that your dashboard tells you how many miles you've got left for your fuel? 100 exactly. So, my mum wants to go out today. So, I'll be doing that. I'm really... Right, fucking Amazon driver. I'm really sore today. Yesterday I worked a solid 5 hours sorting out the little back room with all Isaac's stuff in it. Basically cutting down the amount of toys there and storing loads of them in the garage that he doesn't play with, just to create a bit more room. It's that room that becomes like a bomb site because it's not used for anything else. So 5 fucking hours I was at it yesterday. I thought, right, the minute I get Darren out of the way, I'm going to start on this, because he has a habit of saying, no, don't do that, I'll do that, and then he does it half, or like he stores things in the garage by just bringing them in and sticking them in the middle of the floor, or just untidily, rather than, if you're going to do a job, do the entire job and do it properly. So you have to wait on him going out so you can tackle these things. So the minute his arse left the house yesterday, I started. It was about 1:45, but for a 15-minute break I took to ask Isaac questions about his chemistry, because he had a chemistry exam this morning. It's 7:15. I finished that last night. I sat down to have some cream You know that like creamed rice, like ambrosia? It's not ambrosia, it's a cheap version, but I had a tin of that last night and I maybe had 2 spoonfuls of it and the phone rang. It was my mum. It was like, just sat on my arse. Literally, I've been working all day at this bloody thing. So we shall see what they tell my dad today. Nothing really else to report as such. Isaac's going to 2 birthdays this month, so that's bloody hell. I'm so skint, I cannot afford or TV. We need a new TV. I've been putting off buying one for a long time. Darren keeps nagging me. I mean, Darren never wants to spend money, but he wants to spend money on a new TV because we've noticed that there's almost like a smoky's the wrong word, like a film over things. They're not like contrasted. We've fiddled with the contrast and settings and stuff, but blacks aren't black, they're like a grey, and things don't have the proper depth. It's like something's gone in the colour, and when you have movies or stuff that's really dark, it's very hard to see even with all the lights off, because there's like this greyish hue where it should be black. So I mean, that's another fucking 60 quid then, because there's like, when you have kids, there's like a done thing. When the kids were younger, primary school, the done thing was 20 quid in a card for the birthday if you didn't buy a physical present. Now the done thing is 30 quid in a card, which maybe doesn't sound like a lot to some people, but when there's 2, Daniel and Callum's birthdays, that's his 2 main friends at school, are both, can you get off my arse? I'm doing the bloody speed limit and you're in a school bus. You should fucking know better. I'm not going any faster, I'm doing the speed limit. I'm going down now. The speed limit's going down to 30. I'm making a point, I'm going right down it. So that's 60 quid this month that I'm out for birthday cards, or to put in birthday cards. And I mean, that any spare money I have right now is going towards Christmas presents. And I'm not, like, I have cut down what we buy in the way of Christmas presents. I've got a real bee in my bonnet, and I've probably told you about this before. I'm going to tell you again about this. And I'm not a Scrooge. Anyone that knows me will know I love Christmas. It's my favourite time of year. I love the whole feel of it. I love to go into like Christmas markets. I love the smell of roasted chestnuts. I just love everything about Christmas. It's my favourite time of year. But when it gets changed into that nice pleasant time where you spend time with like your loved ones, I'm not going to say friends and family because all my friends are too far away, but and all you're thinking about is how am I going to afford X, because you're having to buy all these things for people that don't need them, don't want them, probably put them in a drawer and never look at them again. I'm thinking about my parents mainly here. My mum has so much jewellery she doesn't wear. She has so many clothes that every wardrobe in the house is full of them. My mum has no hobbies of any description. My dad has so many DVDs, it's ridiculous. You would never know what he doesn't have. And when it comes to books, my dad reads constantly, so you never know what he's read and what he hasn't. And he picks up a ton of books like in charity shops and stuff. And the idea for him of going to like Waterstones, so if you were going to say a Waterstones voucher, he can get 10 books for how much one costs in Waterstones. But it's a lot of pressure when you don't have that much spare income. And now I've got £60 to pay out that I wasn't expecting to have to pay out for these 2 presents, because I only found out this week that the 2 birthdays are coming up. One of them's this Saturday, the other one is 2 weeks later. So I've yet to buy my mum anything, and I've yet to buy my dad anything because I don't know what to get them. My dad doesn't like to be bought clothes. My mum likes to be bought stuff and likes to open stuff, but there's nothing that I can think to buy her. It's like I actually used to buy for some people that I just have said, look, we need to stop this because I can't afford it. So now, there's the rain, that's great. So now I just buy for my mum and dad, Darren, Isaac, Kelly, Dave and Alice, that's it. I don't buy for anyone else. Because it was getting silly and I couldn't afford it. And I'm having to cut back on what I do buy for... Jesus, there's so many birds. Because the older your kid gets, the more expensive it gets at Christmas. The main thing Isaac really wants is a PC, and we can't afford it. Because from research, you're looking at about $3,000. I can't afford £3,000 for a Christmas present. You know, that's just ridiculous. But even at that, if he wants a few games for his PS5, a game for a PS5 is like 60 quid for one game. Can you imagine handing your kid one game for Christmas and that's it? So me and Darren have said, right, what we'll do for each other is I will tell him something I would like and he will tell me something, and we'll just get each other whatever it is, so that there's not like a big ton of presents, because we just can't afford it. But you know, it's coming up to Christmas and I really want to be enjoying it and soaking in the atmosphere. Instead I'm sitting worrying about what to get people. And I love what Claire said once, a friend of mine I used to work with. She said there was a really horrible clunk there, I have no idea what that was in the car. Why don't we get each other experiences for Christmas instead of presents, which I would love. So example, if you know someone with a child, a young child, offer them a night's babysitting so they can go out somewhere with their partner, out for a meal or something. If your friends meet up, treat them to lunch, treat them to coffee and cake, you know, an experience. I don't know, there's obviously different examples of that, but you know, something that's useful and something that where you're spending time with a person if you can, rather than, oh, here's something that I know you don't need, you probably don't like, you don't want, that you're not going to use, but it cost me a lot of money to get it. That's just what might be in my bonnet about Christmas. So I'm trying to cut back. I am not doing Christmas cards this year for the first time ever, because now a stamp is over £1 for one stamp. I mean, each year I send about maybe 4 cards to America, and each of those stamps costs me like over £2, so it's like I spend a tenner on postage just to send a couple of Christmas cards, which I know that people wouldn't be bothered if I sent or I didn't send. So and then like my dad has a really big family, I send to all of them. So basically Christmas cards will be getting handed to my parents, and I will send Kelly and Dave's with their Christmas box. And outside of that, I shan't be sending Christmas cards either. Bah humbug. But I can't justify having to like dip into money where we desperately need other things, when, you know, just to send it's just, I don't know. So people may think bah humbug, they may think, oh, you tight arse, but it's silly. Like, our finances aren't the best. I forgot maybe bar. So when you think about, we never do anything or go anywhere without any note, so that I have to. As an example, I have to start my Christmas shopping in like May or June, because I don't know how many people have a spare like £100 or so, which is usually getting up to near that you spend per person at Christmas, other than obviously your kid who you spend more on. You know, if you had to buy all of your Christmas presents in November or December, who has that sort of money? So I start mine in like May or June. You shouldn't have to do that. And the thing is, people say, don't worry about getting me anything, I don't need anything. But you know, if you didn't get something, they'd be pissed off. So that's my mum and dad, by the way. Keep your money, we don't need anything. And then if you didn't, well, my dad wouldn't give a shit, my mum would. But yeah, cutting down from my own. I still want to get small things for people, but I want to give people something. I just don't buy into this. £3,000 for a PC. I'd love to be able to get Isaac a PC, but £3,000. When I think back to Christmas when I was a kid, I'm so fucking old. I started that when I was a kid. I never felt like I did without as a child. My family were never particularly, council estate. I always had, it was always really exciting on Christmas morning as a child to open all your presents. To me, Christmas is about kids. I don't for a second not want to buy kids stuff. That's what Christmas is all about for me, is seeing your kid opening their presents and stuff. That is what makes Christmas special when you're a parent. Obviously, if you're not, other things make it special. But I still remember going into our front room and all the presents, and it was amazing. But I know that my parents, they wouldn't buy branded dolls or anything, so I wouldn't have had Barbie or Cindy dolls from my family because they cost too much. But friends of my family did buy me them. But one year I got a bike, and another year I got a pram with a doll in, and you were over the moon. It was wow, and it just felt amazing to have all these presents, which really, when you added them all up, probably didn't come to that much money. But now kids are wanting games that cost 60 quid each, and all you can see for it's a little DVD case with a game in it, or what's them things for Fortnite that they V-Bucks. Oh, I don't know. So old. You just really notice that when your kid's young, you can get away with spending less when your child's younger. But once they hit a certain age where it's, boys, I don't know what the equivalent is for girls. I'll wait until Kelly can show me that when Alice gets older. What do girls like when they're a bit older? Can't think. But I'm trying to think what girls of a certain age are into. I mean, Isaac's age is a bit young to be doing makeup and skincare in it. Can't think what girl's big thing would be. Clothes, probably. Certain boots or trainers or concert tickets. I don't know. I've waffled all the way in. I'll probably cut a big portion of that out. Typically it hasn't been raining. We didn't forecast rain. Rain was supposed to stop this morning at 5 or 6 o'clock, and no rain for the rest of the day. So you've got the right of way. Why the fuck are you letting me go? You've got right of way. Jesus Christ. That person just waved me on and they were from the right. Honestly. So yeah, I set off to go into my mum's. She wants to go downtown. What's it going to do? It's going to rain. Of course it is. Right, I shall switch you off, guys. I'll switch you back on when I go home, if it's not dark, to let you know about my dad and what happened, because I'll be waiting at my mum's till he gets back from the hospital. So I shall catch up with you guys later. Okay, people, I'm in Dunelm. I need a voile for my kitchen window, and my mum wants one, so we're in Dunelm, folks. I'll have to update you on my dad later, because it's dark in the car. Let's go look at some voiles, eh? Right, you can't see me very well, probably. The dogs are going to be happy I got their favourite treats. Barbecue bangers. Right, no, I'm not going to show you anything because it's too dark. I got some dye to dye there's a top of mine that has been hanging in our wardrobe, which used to be a bathroom, and all the bathroom was taken out to turn it into a walk-in wardrobe. But the thing that was covering the window came off and we didn't know, and basically my clothes, quite a few of them got sun bleached, and some of them I'm not arsed about, but there's a couple of items where it's oh god. So I've bought some dye to hope that I can dye over the top of the sun bleach and it'll, So I'm going to switch this off, listen to some Powerwolf. I'm very much getting into Powerwolf. And I shall check in. I'll try and do a catch up at home, guys, when I get back about today.